Leinster versus Scarlets in the Aviva Stadium. Some really good world-class players back from injury for Leinster. A really big boost for this team, and there's some really good names on this team sheet. Leinster have chosen a very strong team to take on the number 14 on the table, Scarlets, at home. I do think this might be a one-sided game, but we're going to go through all the teams, discuss how we think the game might go. If you guys do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please feel free to leave a comment. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's get right into it. The Leinster team chosen. Andrew Porter back. What a name to see back on the team sheet. He's been missing from this Ireland team, and the Ireland team really did struggle a bit at set piece, and Andrew Porter probably is one of the best scrummagers in Ireland right now. Really good to see his name back on the team sheet. Number 2, Dan Sheehan makes his comeback for Leinster after a really good Six Nations. Especially at the back end of the Six Nations, he was phenomenal. And rounding off the really world-class front row, Tide Furlong, a full Ireland front row, and probably the front row we might see for their first game in the Southern Hemisphere later this year. So that's a really exciting front row to see. Number 4, the energetic, the young Joe McCarthy, the big individual, the athletic guy. I mean, he is such a good player, and he really ended off the Six Nations extremely well. Started off a bit rusty, but he's one of those guys I'm really excited to see play. And I honestly, looking at the first 4 names on that team sheet, I feel a bit sorry for Scarlets already. I mean, if this team really does click, it could be a long day in the office for Scarlets. Number 5, Deeney, a very good player, a very underrated player within the Leinster ranks as well. Number 6, Deegan, also a very good player. And there's a lot of these guys that play for Leinster that don't play for Ireland that people might not know about, that are really good players, that are very class players that could easily play for Ireland any given day and really stand out. Number 7, Josh van der Flier, one of my favourite players in the Ireland team, a very good athlete, a very explosive player. Every time he touched the ball within space or got a little bit of a half gap in the Six Nations, he looked dangerous. He runs like a centre. He probably might have a lot of running space in this game on Friday night. It's going to be very exciting. Number 8, captain and Ireland captain Caelan Doris, ended off the Six Nations extremely well. And if you can't tell, that's probably a common theme between most of these players right now. Some of them coming back from injury, a bit rusty after the injury, but looking at their best or near their best right now. This forward pack for Leinster looks like one of the best club forward packs in world rugby right now. I mean, this looks like a type of forward pack that they would send to a Champions Cup playoff game. So really exciting to see these big names back in the URC this weekend. I think Friday night of the URC is going to be awesome. Glasgow versus Benetton, Leinster versus Scarlets, and Cardiff versus the Sharks in Durban. It's going to be absolutely epic. Number 9, my favourite player for Ireland currently, Jamison Gibson-Park. He had a phenomenal Six Nations. He's going to be absolutely beaming with confidence. This guy's a game changer for Ireland and for Leinster. And I think with a forward pack like this, he's going to get some really good opportunities to have some crisp service, probably make some really good decisions with a lot of time to think about them first of all. I really think when Gibson-Park gets that extra split second time to make a decision, he just has a phenomenal game. He's a phenomenal player, and I think he's going to carry that Six Nations form right into this game. Number 10, Byrne, a phenomenal player. We didn't see much of him in the Six Nations, unfortunately. I thought we would see more, especially after Sam Prendergast got dropped from the team. But he's a guy, given the number 10 jersey this week, a very tough task in his hands to really secure that number 10 jersey. Him and Sam Prendergast really battling it out for the fly-off jersey for Leinster and for Ireland alike. I mean, if he has a next few really good games, he's pretty much cemented himself then as the second fly-off going forward into the World Cup next year for Ireland. Number 11, Kenny, a very explosive player who I'm very excited to see. Number 12, Jamie Osborne at centre. I'm really excited about seeing him at centre. I've seen a lot of people in my comments, a lot of the Irish fans in my comments saying they'd like to see him maybe at centre to try accommodate for Hugo Keenan. Maybe that could be an answer. I'd like to see him play at 13, obviously, because I think that's maybe one of the weaker points in the centres right now for Ireland. But if Jamie Osborne can play his socks off in the centres, then he might just have a role in the Ireland team at outside centre, allowing for Hugo Keenan. But right now, he's been absolutely awesome at fullback, and I think he's just going to use those skill sets, that time with the ball, and probably get his hands on the ball more often, which I'm really excited to see from him. Number 13, Gary Ringrose, had a decent Six Nations, but I think right now it's just about getting more game time for him, because I think that really big breakthrough game is coming soon for him. I can feel like it's coming. It just looks like a few things maybe aren't right now, but I think that big game is coming for him. Number 14, Tommy O'Brien had a phenomenal Six Nations. I mean, this guy off the bench, whether he started off the bench, started on the field in the starting lineup, his work rate is absolutely phenomenal. He's going to be working off his wing. He's going to be a menace for the other team, and he's probably going to score a few tries this game. He just knows how to get over the try line. He knows how to score tries. But what I do like about him very much is his work rate that he does around the park. I think the reason why I like players that work so hard is because, yes, they do score tries, but they also make it so difficult for the opposition to know what they're doing next. And he is one of those players that I really like when it comes to how much work he does off his wing. Number 15, O'Brien, a very good player. I mean, this is a very exciting Leinster backline. Yes, there are some non-Irish internationals, thank goodness for Scarlet's sake, but I think these non-Irish internationals are really going to try to put up their hand. And there's a lot of really good players in this team that aren't Irish internationals as well, that have really put up their hand while the Irish internationals were off at the Six Nations. For the replacements, we've got McCarthy on the bench, Cahir, Silamani, I'm going to try to say this name. It's actually my first time reading this right now. Otahene. Please, Irish fans in the comments, help me with that one. Number 19, Otahene. Number 20, Soroka. Number 21, Gun Ugan. 22, Prendergast. And 23, Henshaw. So there's a few Irish internationals on the bench. And there's a few guys I'm actually not too sure of. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to know them after the game. This Leinster team looks very strong. And to be honest, they look like very keen favourites in this game. Moving over to Scarlets, a big task on their hands. 14th on the table compared to Leinster, who's probably going to be trying to battle it out for first by the end of this tournament. We got Kemsley Matthias, Harry Thomas, Archer Holes, Sam Losey, 5 Max Douglas, 6 Jared Taylor, I know that name, a very good young player in that team, comes from South Africa as well. Number 7, Dan Davis. Number 8, Fletcher Anderson. Number 9, Dane Blacker. Number 10, Joe Hawkins, also a good player. Number 11, Ellis Mee, had a phenomenal Six Nations, a really good young guy to watch right now. Number 12, Johnny Williams. Number 13, Joe Roberts, I really like Joe Roberts. Number 14, Tom Rogers, another guy I really enjoy watching him play. Number 15, Blair Murray. I wanted to see a lot more of Blair Murray in the Six Nations, but I really think right now is a perfect opportunity for a guy like him to put up his hand for the number 15 jersey for Wales and try get guys moving around, to try get Louis Rees-Zammit to maybe move out of position to a different position, because Blair Murray can add a lot to that Wales team. Looking at the bench, they've gone for George Roberts, Sam O'Connor, Henry Thomas, Jake Ball, Tristan Davies, R.G. Hughes, Ewan Jones, and Max Page. So a decent team for Scarlets. You can definitely tell where the balance of power lies. It is in Leinster's hands to really win this game. They are the favourites. Looking at the past 5 games these teams have played, Scarlets have won 2 games and lost 3. They lost to Benetton 20 points. They drew to Benetton 20 points to 20 points. They lost to Edinburgh 24 points to 19. Lost to Connacht 31 points to 14. Beat Zebre 36 points to 17, which is a really good win and will boost their confidence. But I just think this weekend is a really tough task for this team. I think for any club team in the world to go to Leinster and play this team that they put out would be tough. And I don't think the Scarlets team right now probably has the firepower to do it. But you never know with these Welsh guys. They play with a lot of pride, with a lot of heart. And that's why I really enjoy watching these Welsh teams play, because they just play with a lot of pride, a lot of physicality, and they never go out without a fight. So I think it's going to be a win for Leinster, probably. But I do think the Scarlets team will put up a good fight. Looking at Leinster's last 4 games in the URC, they beat Connacht 34 points to 23. They beat Edinburgh 28 points to 20. They lost to Cardiff 8 points to 7 without some of their Six Nations players. They also lost to Glasgow last week, a very disappointing loss, and they are going to try right their wrongs. They are in 4th place right now on the log with 41 points, Scarlets in 14. But you're never safe on in this log right now on this table, because there's so many good teams trying to push for spots. I mean, the Bulls right now are looking really good. The Stormers can maybe find their form again. The Lions are looking like probably the best team in South Africa right now. And I do think the Bulls team in the playoffs will be a very dangerous team to play. Cardiff has beaten the Sharks a lot of times before. They've actually beaten the Sharks more than the Sharks have beaten them. So that could be another upset tomorrow as well. There's a lot of things happening. Connacht pushing as well. So Leinster cannot afford another bad loss like last week. They've lost their last 2 games in the URC. I don't think they can afford a third, because things are starting to get really close on the table right now. But my prediction for this game, I do think Leinster by more than 15 points. To be honest, looking at the team sheet, quality international players, They're coming back off a really good end to the Six Nations. They're going to be confident. They're probably going to be excited to start playing club rugby again, because these Irish players just seemed like they were full of energy by the end of the Six Nations. They didn't seem like other teams that maybe faded. In fact, they got stronger throughout the tournament. So there's some players really trying to put up their hands to be the starters for the World Cup next year, to be starters for the Southern Hemisphere tour this year as well. But there's equally guys in the Scarlets team that want to get put into those Wales 23 teams that are just on the outskirts, or guys that are in the 23 but on the bench but want to be starting. So there's a lot of players with a lot to prove this week, but I do think Leinster probably are going to win this game by more than 15 points. That's just my prediction. Obviously, if I am wrong, Scarlets fans, please come back to the comments and let me know about it. But that's just my thoughts on the game. Leinster have won the last 4 out of the 5 games. Scarlets winning 1 of those. It's going to be a really exciting game. The average points scored in this game is 39 points to Leinster and 16 points to Scarlet. So I think even historically and statistically, Leinster are the favourites, even with their good squad. Even if they weren't probably playing their good squad, they probably are the favourites. But it's going to be such an exciting game, and I cannot wait for it. I will be doing a match reaction as soon as it's done, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.